So what we're going to look at now is a process to help you spend more time on the phone with your customers. Everything is now different. When we come out the other side of this, every single business will be different. Some, sadly, will be gone. Others will be growing. There will be different versions of themselves. Those businesses that try to stay the same will change the most. And the reason for that is they're going to lock down, stay the same, might be smaller versions, but the whole world around them has changed and they haven't evolved with it. Everything on the other side of this is going to be different. I have a client of mine. He is CEO of a super fund and he's sent everyone home to work. And business is tracking along nicely. And he's now wondering to himself, do I need to be paying $10,000 a month for that office space in the city? This is how everything is changing. When change happens, the way you can help your clients is to offer them value. And value here is paramount. If there's no value, there is no reason for the customer to speak to you on the phone. If you're calling up simply for a social chit-chat, you can have a social chit-chat by all stretch, by all means, but you're not going to walk out with an order and you're not going to be helping them through this world. What value are you offering them? Are you just trying to service them, or are you trying to help them, help their business and help their clients? If you're just trying to rely on the relationship, you're going to find it difficult. And the reason is most selling over the years has been focused on relationships. You know, we've got to have a good relationship, and yes, you always will need a good relationship. But if that's all we're relying on, you're going to find it difficult. So if we look at relationship, on one end, you've got a good relationship, and the other end, you've got a poor. The way we're defining good is they'll take your call, they'll see you, they buy from you, and happy to have you on site. Poor relationship is basically everything else. Everything else from they don't know us, we're a second, third tier supplier, they hate us, everything else, that's not good. If you're relying on relationship alone, you're going to struggle because everyone has relationship. What you want to be looking at is offering value. What value do you offer to them? If you offer high value, you're going to find life easier. If you have no value, you're going to find life difficult. If you have a good relationship, but you are not offering any value, or you're offering low value, what happens is the customer will dodge you. And that is, you fall down the level of priority. If you just want to call up, have a chat, you know, anything I can help you with, see you later, over the phone, you're going to be off the phone in, you know, under 2 or 3 minutes. When can you call them again? Not until next month. But that is certainly a lot better than having no relationship and low value. Here, they simply block you. They won't even take your phone call. They'll see your number coming through and that's that person, we're not going to bother taking their call. Or you go off and can I use my colleague's phone? Shall I call on the landline that they don't have that phone number in? I might be able to get through that way. If that's what is happening, that's your recognition that in the past you haven't offered the value that you should have. You want to be above the line, because if you're above the line, even if you've got a poor relationship and you're offering value, what happens is they will tolerate you. Yep, come on site, whatever you got, okay, I like that, give me 3, or no, don't like it, see you next time, you got something that might help me. It's not about being friends, it's about business transaction. And if you want a friend, go get a dog. Your customers want value. They want this all the time, but it's crucial now. Where you really want to be is where you've got a good relationship and high value. Here they want to see you. They want you to come on board. Right, you're going to call. Awesome. Steve's calling. Great. We're going to be able to have him on site. He'll be able to, or on the phone, he'll be able to help us. That's where you want to be. What are some of the ways that you offer value? Just pop that into the chat box. I'm just seeing some of the comments here. Jeff is in his trackies. Wear your work shirt. while you're still working at home. Tech support can help. Tech knowledge certainly can. Remote training options, well, that's what I'm doing, absolutely. Knowledge, always be available. Tech knowledge, product knowledge, new staff training, absolutely. Industry knowledge. Industry knowledge is a really good one. Deliveries direct to site, yes, so flexibility, punctuality, share the positives and deal with people, solutions through a tough period. Yeah, great ways of offering value. The best way that I know to offer value is to solve a problem. Social media tools and content, competitive pricing. Competitive pricing is always where we go to first, but I'm not sure it's the first value. The way you can offer value is to solve a problem. If you're not solving a problem, there is no value. Now, competitive pricing might solve the problem of cash flow. There are three types of problems that people have. What are called visible problems. These are the problems everyone sees, everyone knows, and everyone is aware of. So these are the visible problems. People have meetings about these problems to try and solve them. If you can solve one of those problems, happy days. Now, this is what salespeople should be doing all of the time. It becomes crucial in a crisis like this. The first problem you've got is visible problems. At the other end of the spectrum are the invisible problems. This is the problems that people don't even know they've got coming. And this is where industry knowledge comes into play. If you're in the pool industry, if you're in the chemicals game, what problems can you see that are going to be on their doorstep in 3 months' time that they've never even thought of? Having this knowledge is what is of value to your customers. So visible problems, invisible problems, and then the third problem are the hidden problems. This is what we've swept under the rug. This is the elephant in the room that people aren't wanting to address. If you can address the visible, the invisible, and the hidden problems, they will want to talk to you. Why? Because that will help their business. How do you deal with customers who push back constantly due to the uncertainty in the industry right now? They don't know themselves, know what they want. How do you deal with that? Well, it's about finding some of the issues. And Chris, we're actually going to go into that a bit deeper. How to overcome fear in a changing market, understand what customers need to know, positive calls to ensure on-time servicing. Solve a problem. Now, how do you work out what those problems are? It's going to be think it through, because what we're going to say at the moment is, so what problem does this customer have? Oh, the market's closed down, COVID. Okay, what happens? It's going to be so tempting to just stop there. What does that mean? So what we do is you play the game, which means, okay, so the dealer has all their deals pretty much frozen. What's that mean? It means this, which means this, which means, and it might take 2 or 3 people with knowledge around a customer to sit down and think through the problem. Take it 3 or 4 steps deep. Because if we just simply stop at, COVID, everything's shutting down, we're in lockdown, nothing's going to change, and we're going to shrink into ourselves, and people are going to go bust. If you're in the world of selling, this is where your selling skills come to the fore. Jen, if I can just ask you to have a look at the questions that are coming through. I've got the chat panel. If you're using the Q&A, I find it easier. I'm monitoring the chat panel. So Jen, if you can look at the Q&A. Sort of questions you ask is this: what do you need from me right now? This is about being careful with your clients. And by careful, I don't mean, be careful. I mean, be careful. Be full of care for your clients, for your customers. What's going on in their world? Because when you're full of care, they appreciate it. And they may need something from you that you hadn't even thought. See, I was saying that I don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So offering value, one end is solve a problem. The other end is to fulfill an aspiration. Now, it might seem a bit out of place in this current world we're in, but, you know, an aspiration for a small business owner might be that she wants to keep her staff engaged as many as possible over the next 3 months. How can you help with that? It's about understanding the context, what's going on from a contextual point of view. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. But fulfilling an aspiration for them might be as simple as asking, you know, what does business look like on the other side of this? We talk in the world of selling of being the trusted partner, of being the go-to person. A simple question like this will reveal to you what possibilities and options are available. Because you'll ask this question, what does business look like on the other side? Some people are going to say, I don't think I'm going to make it to the other side. And that's sad, but it's a reality. Some people are going to turn around and go, well, we're going to be leaner, we're going to be smaller, and we're going to be more focused. That is an opportunity for you to go, oh, that's awesome. How do I help you through that and offer the solutions? This is where we walk alongside our customers, our clients, to get them ready for the other side. They are experts in their world. You are an expert in your world. It's about meeting as equals to understand how you can help them through from your expertise. So on the other side, they are ready to move on. Just looking at Clinton, I'm a motive salesperson. Use my persona show. Yeah, absolutely. So Clinton's just put in there, I want to use my physical interaction and visual cues. How do I do that on the phone? We're going to be coming to that in, actually, right about now.